Ryan Kelly joins us now. Former Alabama great, Pro Bowl Indianapolis Colts center with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What's up, Ryan? How are you today?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. We always appreciate your time. It is Super Bowl week. As a player in the NFL, what level of excitement does that bring for you?
Well, obviously not playing in it.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to watch, but it's being from Cincinnati. It's pretty cool to see the Bengals in there, and obviously they're a fun team to watch. And obviously, being a fan of the sport, and playing it for 18 years, obviously I'm going to watch it. But there's always a big part of you that hopes and wishes that you were in it.
Talking to guys over the years, and I think, Ryan, for a while it was every player got 2 tickets. And talking to most players, they were never going to go to a Super Bowl unless they were in it. So most of these players either give the tickets to someone or they sell them. Do you guys still get 2 tickets, and how often do you get hit up for those 2 tickets?
It's pretty quick. Yeah, I still get them. It's actually cool. This year I'm actually going to be able to send my father-in-law and my brother-in-law to the game because they're they've been diehard Bengals fans for the last 30 years, and my father-in-law for the last 60 years. So it meant a lot. It meant a lot that they could go. Obviously Super Bowl tickets seems like in the last 10 years have just skyrocketed price-wise. But it's really cool to give those to them, and it actually means something. Usually, people just hit me up, hey, can I buy them? This, that. But it's cool to have somebody that wants to go to the game and is a true fan of the sport or of a team to go.
All right, so you've got Aaron Donald here, you got Von Miller there, you got this guy there. I mean, that Rams defensive line, you know it. You know how to block against this. What do you do if you're coaching the Bengals? What's your advice going into the Super Bowl?
Stay out of 3rd and long. Obviously, that's the thing about the Rams defense. They're everybody sees them as edge rushers and pass rushers, but ultimately, the defense that they play, is really trying to stop the run as well. And so if they can get you into 3rd and long is right where they want you. But I think, the Bengals have a great offense. I mean, they've got a great defense too. They've put together a really good team. Had some really great free agent acquisitions and some great draft picks that have turned out for them to play really well. So I think it's going to be a good game. Obviously, the end of our season sucks, so it'll be at least some rewarding to watch the football still, but obviously wish we were playing in it.
Ryan Kelly is with us, former Alabama great, now at Pro Bowl center for the Indianapolis Colts. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. He plays a different offensive line position as you, but being an offensive lineman, seeing Andrew Whitworth play in a Super Bowl at age 40, Ryan, age 40 at the left tackle spot, that is incredible. And you've got a better respect for it, I'm sure, than I do, because you know what it takes to be an offensive lineman in this league.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to comprehend. I mean, to be 40, I'll be 29 next season, and that feels kind of old, just hearing, this is my 7th year in the league. I feel like sometimes I'm still just a kid coming out of Alabama, but to be 40 and, to make all pros and Pro Bowls and to play in the Super Bowl, to play left tackle in this league, this league only ever gets younger, and to go the opposite way and to play at a high level, obviously a Cincinnati guy, the first half of his career, and it's pretty awesome to see that he's out there, getting to play for one of these and hopefully go win one. So I know he's beloved in Cincinnati, and I think he just won the Walter Payton Man of the Year, award last night, which obviously, goes to show you the kind of man he is off the field as well.
Well, I know the NFL is a job, and where you are, that's where your allegiance is. But you mentioned the fact, this guy played for 11 years with the Bengals. And, you being an Alabama guy, I'm sure you watch every game every Saturday, and you've got a passion and love for that program. This has got to be difficult going up against Cincinnati because the years he was there, they got to the postseason some of those years. They never won a postseason game.
Oh, I'm sure. He obviously gave everything he had for the Bengals organization, and that's just the way everybody plays, though. There's, this is, so a lot of people look at it as a job, and a lot of aspects it is, but at the end of the day, you've got, coaches and players and owners who care about you, and I'm sure he's got a lot of love for Cincinnati. So I know I'm sure it'll be sweet when he's, if he gets a Super Bowl ring to be rocking around with that on his hand. So I don't think he'll miss it too much, but, pretty cool to be in one. Everybody thinks, that there's a chance you can get to it, and a lot of guys, majority of guys never even sniff it in their career. So, for him to be out there at 40 is pretty impressive.
Listen, I know you guys fought hard on the expansion of the schedule, but this is the first 17-game schedule in a year, and so these two teams playing Sunday will be playing in their 21st meaningful game, not counting exhibition football.
When you talk about the wear and tear on a season, 21 games that count, how does that wash over you? And do you think that's going to be negotiated down the line for you guys to get some more given back to the players?
I mean, if you got 3 hours to talk about it, yeah, we can definitely get into it. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's, I don't think it'll ever go back to 16. There's just, at the end of the day, this is a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. And, you look at the divisional round games, I think that the gross net between last year's and this year's, I believe I saw, was more than the NBA Finals the previous year. And I'm sure someone's going to quote me if I'm wrong. But that alone says about what this game is growing into, what it continues to grow to. 17 games, yes, it's fantastic for fans. I believe, 21 games, 22 games for a player. I mean, that's just, you look at preseason and off-season and camp and all this, and you start to really kind of, you start to think about it. Like, well, I've been watching football now for 18, 20 weeks. Those guys are out there doing it every single day and putting their bodies on the line. So, I mean, yes, there's financial reward for it, but, I mean, if you can tell in my voice, yeah, I mean, 17 games isn't a whole lot of fun, you get a little bit extra share of the market. But as far as, health and concern, I mean, we'll see in the future, how it plays out. But I mean, it's a toll on your body, man. I mean, I remember playing 15 games my senior year of college, because that was the first time that we had went to the playoffs and then went to the championship and won, and I was smoked. And so you only, father time catches everybody. And so as you get older, it's obviously harder to keep your body, going and working the way you want it to. So it's a grinder season, and obviously it's props to those two teams for making it all the way there.
So when do you start? Do you keep working out, or do you just totally veg out for a while?
Yeah, definitely veg out for a little bit. I mean, it's obviously it's such a grinder on the season on your body that you need some time off. And so I take a few weeks, and then we just got back from the Pro Bowl, so probably start working out here in a little bit, but kind of doing some more maintenance stuff and rehab stuff. And there's always something hurting, always something you can improve mobility-wise, and so that's kind of where I start, and then I kind of work my way into it as we start getting a little bit warmer in temperatures.
As fans, I think we love 17 games. I feel you on that. I think one thing we would agree upon, though, is Roger Goodell just a couple of days ago, 5 international games, England, Mexico, Germany. To me, it is completely stupid. I'm a big Rams guy. Last time the Rams played, it was actually against the Bengals in London. These games are at 8 in the morning. Nobody's watching, and it's not good for the players. I assume you hate it. I don't understand it. Don't get it at all.
It's welcome to the NFL, man. I mean, they're going to continue. They're going to grow it. If there's a market to be had, they're going to grow it. That's kind of the way we see it as players. That's the way the coaches see it. It's the way the owners. I mean, everybody knows this is a business. This is how big can we grow? If you continue to grow, in theory, everybody gets more money. It doesn't always work out that way, but the Mexico City game, the London game. I played in London my rookie year. I can tell you it was the worst because we didn't have a bye after that. So we literally got back from Heathrow after an 8-hour flight, landed, had a day off, then went to practice the next day. So it was your whole time clock gets messed up. They're talking about putting a team there. I don't think that'll ever happen. There's zero chance that it'll happen, in my opinion. I mean, imagine paying the taxes in London and living downtown as a guy from Texas. I mean, it's never going to happen. So I think that there's certainly, it is cool in some aspects to go play in different cities. I mean, I've got a lot of memories of playing in London. It was a great time. It was cool to see different aspects of football and how much it's grown there. But at the same time, is the juice worth the squeeze as far as the payoff for players? It'll never be. But ultimately not our decision. So I think it is getting a little crazy. I'm curious to see where it'll be in 10 years.
So you guys saw the Rams earlier this year. You saw the Bengals last year in Joe Burrow's rookie season. That Rams game earlier was second game of the season. You guys had first and goal twice and didn't get any points out of that. You lose by possession when Jacob Eason has to come in for a hurt Carson Wentz. When you look at both of these teams, where they are, their paths to getting to Super Bowl 56, ultimately, how do you think it plays out?
The NFL, man, at any given Sunday, you never know who's going to do what. So, I think that they both have explosive offenses, good defenses. I think it'll be a lot of back and forth. And, I mean, this is kind of the way it's always said, man. Whoever scores the most points wins, right?
Very diplomatic.
CJ Uzama, the Bengals tight end, says to celebrate a Super Bowl win, he would be willing to dive in a pool of Cincinnati-style chili. Do you love Cincinnati-style chili from your home area enough to swim in a pool of it?
We're picking up my father-in-law right now as we speak, and we're going to hit it on the way out. So, yes, if that gives you the answer, I love Skyline, and I know I was pretty hype when I saw CJ was doing that. That'd be pretty cool, man.
Ryan Kelly heading to eat some Skyline chili. We appreciate the time, Ryan. Best of luck, and look forward to catching up again with you soon.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Ryan Kelly with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.